Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Carla, also known as LittleFitDevil, although LFD is also catching on. And today I am going to be reviewing one of the knives that I picked up at the Blade Show just a few days ago, and that is the Click and Cut by Cold Steel knives. Interestingly enough, you guys, I have seen this knife. You have probably seen the black version, and it's really a really good idea. It has the ability for you to have really a 3-in-1 knife by swapping the blades. And the black one that I was familiar with had a sort of like a utility blade like this one, then a normal kind of like an everyday use blade as well, and then a partially serrated blade. Well, this one is actually the Hunter's edition. So this one is the 40AL series. And what really the main difference here is that the hunting series gives you this knife in this super awesome blazing orange. And the attachments of the blade are a little different. So I'm excited to review this one because I picked it up at the Blade Show and I thought it was a really cool idea, and I'm actually glad that I got the hunting edition because if I'm gonna have a knife like this, I would want it to be in orange. Regardless of the use, whether it is for hunting or just as a utility knife that you throw in your toolbox. But really sweet idea by Cold Steel. Let's start with a couple of things and then we'll talk about specs and all that. So this knife, you guys, as always, it's designed with the idea of that triad lock by Cold Steel. In this case, the triad lock acts as the mechanism that allows you to remove the blade and exchange it for the other one. So I'm going to show you. You press on the lock and the blade comes out really easily. You press on the lock again and you attach the blade and it attaches easily. And this comes with a secure X sheath. You guys are familiar with it. If you like Cold Steel knives, you know that this is kind of like the Cold Steel go-to for sheaths. It's really nice. The knife fits in here tightly. I'll show you. So it snaps nicely. It's not gonna fall, not even without the Velcro. So the Velcro kind of gives it like an additional security feature, but it also kind of latches in there nicely. It has a very tight belt clip, so there's some nice retention there. And these two compartments are for the additional blades. So in this case, you're gonna get that kind of like utility blade, and you also get the hook blade. And again, this is the hunting edition, so you may have seen different blades in the regular edition of this knife, the what's it called? Click and Cut 48, I would have been. Anyway, really nice design. I love that. I love the fact that you can keep your blades here on your sheath for carry, so that if you actually are using one and you need another one for better purposes, you can replace it very easily. But I have seen that Cold Steel has actually been providing a way to, let's say, use your same blade if that's what you want. So let's say you have been using this knife and you realize that you use one blade more than the others. Well, Cold Steel is now selling the blades on their own, so you get a 3-pack of this blade and you can carry the same blade if that's what you would use. I see this kind of knives used in construction, for example. I think it would be kind of like a great knife to have if you work in that kind of field. If you work around your house, maybe if you garden, if you're always fixing things, that would be a good one. And for camping or hunting, on this particular case, I can see the value for sure. Okay, now that's out of the way, maybe we can talk about some specs on this one and price. Let's start with the price. Price, $28. So you guys, this knife is a budget-friendly knife, and I actually am a huge fan of Cold Steel budget-friendly knives because there's a point, right? You guys are gonna see that the steel on this is a 420 J2, super budget steel, okay? Nothing fancy about it. The idea is to be able to have a kind of a budget-friendly knife that you can really use and abuse, and that you can replace the blade or sharpen it if need to. That's why the design on it allows you to sharpen it easily, but also you can just replace the blade if you really like destroy this knife. So I think it's a good idea, you know, budget-friendly knife, $28. What can you expect? Perfect. I think that's a good point right there. Now, what else? We have a blade length of 2.5 inches, and that goes for all the attachments. Let me actually put another attachment on so that you guys can see a different one while I'm talking my face off here. See, pretty easy to do actually. See, really, really nice. Okay, what else? So we said 2.5 inch blade. Overall length is about 6.5. The weight, 2 ounces. That's why I think it's so neat for, you know, kind of your everyday utility knife. And I have reviewed the Cold Steel Tough Light. I think that that's probably my favorite for a utility knife. However, why not, honestly, for the same price, have kind of like a 3-in-1? To the point that now I'm kind of like on the fence, because the Tough Light maybe has a slightly better steel, but it has one blade shape. So depending on the activity, this might be a good alternative for consideration. So I think it's a good idea. Thickness 1.5 millimeters, and the handle, it's actually a high impact ABS. It's grippy, it's super comfortable, super comfortable. It has a lanyard hole right here, if you can see it. And again, you guys, the easiness of use on this thing, it's really, really remarkable. Let's put this one on so you guys can see it. So easy, seriously. So again, let's say this is the knife that I want to use the most. Click it in there, put back these things in here, and it's all ready to go. For $28, I think it's a really, really must-have. So I'm excited that I bought this one at the Blade Show, and I think it's a phenomenal idea. You guys, I have a Cold Steel Knives code. It is a code for 30% off. I'm very excited that Cold Steel created that for me, so I can give it to my subscribers, and hopefully you can save some money. So please go ahead and check them out on the Cold Steel Knives site. I will put all the links of my favorite knives here in the description of this video, as well as all my social media, Instagram, Patreon, Teespring, YouTube membership program, and yeah, everywhere that you can find me. As always, I do live feeds and giveaways every Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I believe I'm going to maintain that schedule, although I have been gone for the last couple of Saturdays. But regardless, for the most part, that's where you are going to be able to see me. So I hope you enjoy these knives reviews. I love that I'm able to do this, and it's thanks to you. So I appreciate you very much, and I will see you guys soon. I hope you're having an amazing day.